Hello, everybody, and welcome to our story meet for January the 15th for Toasty Ashes of Dusk. My name is Duper. I am here with Art Blaster as well as Ivy.
Hello.
Today we're going to be discussing some more.
Ryan, you're supposed to say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
We gonna talk story. Toasty.
We're going Toasty story talk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Toasty 2021.
Yep.
This is our first session of 2021. How do you guys feel about
it
that?
is. Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting.
It's cool. It's not 2020.
I mean, it's already maybe better.
Already a win. Yeah. So what do we got on the agenda, Justin?
So I wanted to discuss. I thought it'd be a really good time to talk about avarice, since you were finishing up the map, and we saw how big it had expanded from its original design. I thought we can talk about some of the things that are going to be in avarice, and maybe even come up with some new ideas while we're here.
Yeah,
because it's so big.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, for that area, I kind of, did it based on kind of where I'm from, like New York City and the different boroughs and stuff, and how it's arranged. It's not all in one location, so it's on different islands and stuff. So I wanted to, with the design elements, incorporate that. And I added a few different structural elements in the city. So like I borrowed from Japan and New York City and stuff. So it's like a bunch of stuff thrown together with architectural things. And I know, Justin, you wanted some of that Final Fantasy VII Midgar influence.
Yes, absolutely. Like pipes overhead going over like roads by a couple of stories, and
pipes, lots of pipes.
Shit.
Pipes and crap.
Yeah.
Needs more valves and gears and pipes.
Steam.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we should. What was? God, I forgot it again. What's the name of that bucket place from Ivy and Roy?
Yeah. So I draw this comic sometimes called Ivy and Roy, and it's a comedy. And their favorite restaurant is this place called Bucket House, and it's really a long story short, it's a front for the shadow government in the story. And the whole premise with Bucket House is that everything is served in buckets, so you can get a bucket of PB&J sandwiches. Like, I know you want that, Justin.
Yeah, actually, this sounds delicious right now.
Like, just crammed in. It's like all pressed and gross.
Yeah.
That sounds awful, but it also reminds me of like the chum bucket from SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's like that.
So Bucket House is gonna be an avarice.
Is it? Have we drawn it?
No.
Yeah, we haven't done any concept art for it, but it's something that I would like to add in as a little Easter egg. I know Justin wanted to do it, and it sounded fun. Yeah. Maybe we'll even have Ivy and Roy make a cameo appearance. And we'll throw up a link to Ivy and Roy on this video so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah, as long as we don't make it look like the chum bucket, I'm okay with that. I get it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to look like that. But yeah, I tried
so excited for it.
Yeah, but like Avarice City, it's kind of like, it's weird because, Toasty's like this whole medieval vibe. Not the whole thing, but you know what I mean. Like it's
yeah.
You don't think technologically advanced when you think of the game, and
yeah,
then
especially if you've played it so far and seen only what we've shown, like you wouldn't think any of that. So.
Right, like up until then, a lot of the narrative established is like, oh, it's this time, this post-apocalyptic time after these knights protected the land. So, it's like you think, all right, knights and post-apocalyptic stuff, and it's like you don't think technologically advanced, but then in the middle of the game, or slightly after the middle, you make it to this area that's this highly futuristic and urbanized environment.
Yeah.
And it adds some nice contrast, like especially coming out of the wastes that we talked about last time, and Crumbleton, which is like this really broken down, crappy desert outpost.
You know, it's interesting. I just thought about, and I hate keep making comparisons to other games, but this is like reverse Final Fantasy VII, because Final Fantasy VII, you start in a very technological area, and that's like when I first played it, I thought that was the entire game. I thought it was entirely in that city, and then you left it, and it was like this big world, and most of the world was underdeveloped. But...
Yeah, no, definitely, and there's like those sparse settlements and like, you know, those desert regions and stuff. But you're right, it is like the reverse. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, we one of the recent things we did in the game that we're actually working on is like the dialogue system, and it looks great so far.
Yeah, Faulty's killing it. I'm super excited.
Shout out to Faults.
Shout out.
What else that mean?
/P is who sells the slush peas in the game? Is that from like the Gub truck?
I thought that was just gonna be like a liquor store.
Should
just there. And remember, like Oscar tries to rob it.
Right. Oh my god.
So
He's
robbed
give me all your
somewhere in
guns.
Avarice. We'll have like a convenience store type
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
all
God.
it is. It's just some rando probably working there. Maybe just some like wacky NPC. One of the wacky ones we made. We just stick them in there.
We can have billboards for slush pea.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do like ads and stuff.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's gonna
gonna be nuts.
nice.
Noise.
Capitalism.
Yeah, Avarice City is capitalism, so I mean, you gotta make sure that people get that vibe.
Should the city blow up when Marshall leaves?
Wait, just like he walks away and an explosion behind him.
Yeah,
Puts
big
on some
explosion.
sunglasses.
In terms of story, there's no reason for it to explode. You just like should it not blow up when you leave. No back.
That's when you get the bad ending.
The bad ending. So it's like Megaton in Fallout 3. Where
Oh,
you're just
no.
like
Yeah.
a jerk and you blow it up.
Yeah. Oh my god. What if we had like terrible endings for this game?
I mean, that no, but I mean, I don't think at this point we're trying to make it like a choose your own story adventure type deal.
Yeah.
It's now a visual novel.
First a dating sim, now a visual novel.
Yeah.
Off the rails.
People still ask me if the dating sim's gonna happen. I was like, no, we didn't hit 80 on the Kickstarter, so it's not happening.
What is our game rated? What's the rating on our game?
Wait.
Game's rated E.
It's in the game.
Faulty's
It's in the
out.
E.
No dating sim.
It's in the E. It's in the ether. So, you know, it's like I always, when I'm developing, you know, we're talking story and everything. Whenever I try to develop the tone of the story, I try to like make it, you know, all audiences and everything.
Yeah, that's good.
And stuff.
'Cause-
I mean, Zelda kind of does that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the vibe I think we want, is like we want it to be entertaining for both kids and adults, but you don't want it to be inappropriate for any certain age group.
So
Yeah.
we can't have Larm coughing up red blood when Marshall fights him at the end.
Nah, we'll make it purple.
No, green.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do the Ganon route,
Oh, green flurp.
the Ganondorf route.
What if he was just like coughing up his Slurpee at the end of?
What kind of ending is that?
Yeah, Link interrupted him drinking a Slurpee, and that's when he was coughing it up.
So one of the interesting things about Avarice City is we have everyone vomits. Slurpee, slush pee. What do you call it? The Pocket Llama offices will be located in Avarice City, along with the detective agency. Dupe's Detective Club. Dupe's After School Detective Club.
Oh no. I got the decoder ring for my cereal box. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's totally in character for him.
Yeah. I like the Pocket Llama Studios in game because like a little reference to Pokemon.
Yeah. No, we definitely did that on purpose.
I wrote the code you're playing in. Faulty in there.
Yeah, you got to put Fault somewhere in there.
I don't imagine Faulty being a very aggressive person, but imagine maybe like a pile of broken computer monitors and desktops all around them and just extreme frustration and like anger clouds.
What if there's like a crack in the wall and you like have to bomb your way through and then he's like in the walls?
Yeah.
That's dark.
Just closed off.
It's like, I haven't seen daylight in 10 years. They made me
build the world. Can I throw the player out the window?
If you can program that, like a little sequence where you throw Marshall out the window and they have to re-enter the Pocket Llama, you can absolutely add that to the game. I'm totally okay with it. If you decide to add that in game.
I mean, we're not doing it. But like, what do you? Yeah, Brian.
I was just gonna say, so we should get back on track with Avarice City.
But we're kind of on track, though.
You know what's funny? No, now I'm going even more off track.
Oh, here we go.
You know what's funny? Brian, you're always corralling me to get back on track. I'm not doing it.
Fucking gaslighting me over here to get off track.
I don't know. I remember last time you said something about it. You were like, all right, we're off topic.
Oh, I don't know. Off topic, I feel like I'm like a two-sided because like I also completely go off the rails with subjects, and then I know that you will be like, oh hey, well we should talk about this now, and then I'm like, okay, well we should probably continue talking about this part of the thing, but at the same time I feel like sometimes I interrupt when we are talking about it and I just don't realize it.
No, you're good. I just
getting thrown out of the window is totally
we're
on topic.
We're on topic. I mean, we're talking about Avarice City. It's fine. We're still in the city. We're totally there. We are there right now.
Yep.
But I think I wanted to ask Justin like what your thoughts were on like what you wanted to do with it.
With what?
Like Avarice. Yeah, like what I wanted to know what your thoughts were on it. Like
I want like so
or like what is
big. Yeah. Big. I think what a really good God dang it, you haven't played Mother 3. So I like to think that Avarice is gonna be like kind of like the Celadon City. It's the big town that you hit.
It's the big one.
And you run into a lot of characters that you've probably met maybe in Shroomville or Docktown. They're just there doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd imagine that there's a lot of stuff to do. Like when you hit Avarice, that's where you want to explore. Like explore everywhere, yeah, but Avarice
right.
Heck yeah, new like I don't know what just happened. I just saw a pigeon with a siren on his head chase a hot dog. I think that was Oscar actually from Shroomville. Holy crap, you know, like I want a lot going on. And this is the Celadon City because this goes into the train, right? Trains after this?
Yeah, so like I was saying, I divided the city into like a few neighborhoods over like it's located on like different islands and stuff. So it's kind of like a real city.
Right.
The way that I tried to set it up geographically. And then when you go to the north, there's the train that takes you to Mount Ash, which is one of the last areas in the game. Spoilers. So yeah, like you said you were inspired by, you know, Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes, I was.
Tell me more about that.
So I just always loved that concept. Midgar, all that stuff, the slum, the industrial steampunk, if you will, look. I always love that in a game. It's just awesome. Like if you ever played Secret of Evermore, that game also screams it. The future in Chrono Trigger, those kind of settings. And I don't see them as often anymore in games. Like Final Fantasy constantly, like in their newer releases, they try and replicate that because they're trying to be like Final Fantasy VII. But in any other like game release, I don't really see it that much, and I want to like bring that back. And I saw that was super common in the Super Nintendo era of games. And since this is our love story to Super Nintendo, it just makes sense to be in there.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I mean, I think that it's like I was saying, the contrast of going from, the more barren, desolate areas in the game to this fully developed place and stuff. It's like you won't expect it, I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
And that's like something we're trying to do, like break the format and stuff. Like there's a bunch of instances. I don't know if we really talked about it too much, like the whole doing like the racing segment and the turn-based battle.
Oh yeah. Well, when people start playing Toasty, they're seeing the very beginning of the game. They get like their tutorial, a little bit of story, and bam, they're in Shroomville. They don't really know what to expect at this point. Like the game is it just going to be like medieval-ish, like the typical RPG setting and stuff. But a lot of the typical RPG settings eventually build up to that kind of like technological area. But as you continue to explore Shroomville, you're like, wait a minute, there's a VHS store here. The game is just all over the place.
Yeah, and I think doing that with like like the surroundings and stuff, like the different areas, and also like just changing up the gameplay and stuff. Like I had that idea of like changing like one segment in Avarice City you play as Oscar or something crazy like that. Didn't we talk about that?
What part?
Where you switch from playing as Marshall, you play as Oscar.
Oh, yeah, that was like something we were just BSing about.
Honestly.
Just like randomly. We talked about the VHS tapes would show like little cutscenes of other characters doing stuff.
Right. Like imagine that you're in Avarice City, right? You walk into like one of the buildings and you see the door shuts and you're like, wait, there wasn't a scene transition. All of a sudden you see Oscar walk out onto the street and then you're like, holy crap, I can move him.
I mean, that would be awesome. I don't know.
And it would only be for a short segment, like to further the story. Like it's almost like playing through a cutscene or one of those bonus Wilhelm videos, kind of.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with some of the Wilhelm tapes, was that they'd be like playable like scenarios, but I don't know if that's within the timeline that we can do.
I think that's worth looking into because that's a really interesting way to do cutscenes, I think.
Yeah, that's what they did in Final Fantasy IX, kind of, where you had the active time events where like you would switch to another character and see what they're doing. And I loved it. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, that was my main idea with how we could handle it. But it would be fun to do like playable segments. I don't know, I just thought it'd be really funny to switch to playing as Oscar.
Yeah.
For no reason. Further explore.
Roaming around and just seeing how people interact with him.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I think that, yeah, I mean, I do agree that I think, like, depending on the character, it'd be really cool to see how other NPCs interacted with them or reacted to them. I mean, I could just see, like, people, like, avoiding Oscar. Like, he's just walking down the street and you see an NPC with like, a kid, and they're, like, running away from him, like, walking away. Like, don't make eye contact.
Didn't we talk about that, like, where I had that idea where if you're, I forget in what context this was, but like walking towards NPCs and they run away from you. Didn't we talk about that? Oh, it was when the trading sequence when you have the sludge sickle. I'm like, what if it repelled people when you were carrying it? Remember that?
Yeah,
I feel like we're away from you.
If we wanted to go crazy with it, it's like when you're carrying the stone money or whatever we called it, it like slowed you down and stuff.
Oh, your first dime.
Mr. Krabs' first dime.
Your first dime, yeah.
Me first dime.
I remember that. I remember Brian and I were confused on what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, in Avarice, we also have Takara's Casino going on in there too. We also would have a Wilhelm.
Yeah, we gotta encourage gambling.
Totally.
Are we gonna have slot machines that you could play?
Well, remember when you go in there, you have to go through like the metal detector and stuff, and you got to put away your stuff.
Right.
So then, like, I mean, I guess you could interact with like a machine or something, but we could probably have something funny that happens if you try.
So during that section of the game, you're given the opportunity to either sneak into the casino, and at this point in the story, I forget how we established it exactly, but you are wanted by the authorities, and if you try to go in, you have to basically either get a disguise and go in, but you can't use your weapons, or you have to go through the sewers and sneak your way in to the casino.
Another Final Fantasy reference.
Yeah.
So essentially you have like
also
sneaky way, or you have to brute force your way. Well, not really brute. Either.
Different kinds of sneaking, essentially.
Yeah.
One is stealth and one is disguise.
Right.
But yeah, I thought of Shadows of the Empire. That was my influence with that part of the story. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to remember which part I've seen. I love Shadows of the Empire. It's like my favorite Star Wars, but I'm trying to remember the part that they.
It's discuss. The part. Basically, it's when Dash Rendar sneaks into Shizor's palace through the sewers. So that's where I got that little. That's where that little reference is from.
Not Shadows of the Empire. I was thinking Empire Strikes Back. No wonder I was confused. I haven't played Shadows of the Empire in forever, but I do love that game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that bit of the story I thought was cool, and I'm like, we need a sewer part. We need an underground part in this game.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I think. Do you think the player could be able to like backtrack to the sewer if they decide to just do the sneak?
Like
after they beat that part?
I think it would still be open, like you can go. So the whole thing is, the incentive to take that route, it's essentially the way I viewed it was that's the hard route, doing underground, because you receive one of the paladin items from defeating the optional boss that is there. So if you go that route, you have to fight an additional boss, essentially. Really, it's the mini boss for Avarice City, and it's technically optional. So, unless there was a mini boss I totally forgot about.
I don't think we had another mini boss in the casino.
Yeah,
I think no. Wait, did you say in the sewer?
Yeah, so the sewer, that's technically the mini boss of Avarice City.
Right. Isn't there? There is a guy in there, isn't there?
Oh, there's a guy in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Some
guy.
dude.
That one guy. Lives in the sewer and he's horrible.
Yeah. So,
is he wearing?
Huh?
Is he wearing the paladin item?
Which one does he have?
Boss.
No, but
and then
which paladin item was going to be in the suit?
I think it was the scarf, if I remember correctly.
It'd be kind of cool if he was wearing it. Like,
yeah.
He's like, this is mine, I found it. Or
yeah.
That whole kind of mentality.
Yeah, and then it's really gross because Marshall puts it on and it's like, oh, it smells bad because, it's in the sewer.
Oh, what if you can't use it until you wash it?
That's like horrible, and I love it.
There's like
you
a
have to like take it to someone to get it clean, like a dry cleaner.
Or there's
Well,
just a
then-
machine.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
What?
You have to. There should just be a laundromat,
Yeah,
and then you have to take it in.
this little laundromat. You just walk in there. There's probably like an NPC or two in there or something.
Right.
Maybe like somebody's like taking their clothes out of the washer and folding them.
Right.
I love this. I love this so much.
More. It runs deep.
And then
And
I
then
don't know.
Marshall watches his stocks later.
or maybe just to make it more fun, it's just like you found the dirty scarf and like you can't sell it or anything.
Oh, it's called
Then-
Filthy Scarf.
But yeah, filthy scarf, and you can like, go through the rest of the game, whatever, just not paying attention. You're like, whatever, I got this filthy scarf. But you can get soap and wash it.
What if it had like minus stats if you wear it, but then like if you clean it, it's like one of the paladin items. Oh, turns out. Oh, I checked the tag. Turns out this is one of the paladin items.
Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
Fruit of the Gloom.
My God.
I like that idea that like it's just kind of a filthy scarf, and if you don't do anything, you just have a filthy scarf for the rest of the game. But if you think about it, you're like, well, maybe I can clean this. There's a laundromat in the city.
We would put a little hint in there.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
I mean, it also goes without saying, because if you're getting like all the paladin items, you're like, oh, the last one's a scarf. I wonder if I have to wash this,
Yeah.
Are we gonna have like a list somewhere?
You mean like on IGN?
No. I'm just saying, like, are we gonna have a list in the game of like? You said. Well,
I imagine. What game had a thing where like you could look at your I was thinking of Mega Man X. You know how Mega Man X, the intro, it just shows X kind of just standing there.
Yeah.
That design of him, he's just standing there. What if when you get like a new equipable, it like shows up on that little avatar thing like in your menu?
That's kind of what I was planning. But were you thinking that drawing, that avatar Marshall, was maybe a separate drawing than the one in the game?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe something like that.
So
to show like
something a little more detailed than just like the average character.
Yeah.
Right?
if you get like one paladin item, it's just going to be the avatar, like the martial avatar with that one paladin item. And then every time you get more, it just like adds to it.
We could do that. I like that. Yeah, because like I
it would look-
wanted to have a graphic of him in story, but I wasn't sure if it should just be basically the same thing as, the character sprite, or if we should have like a static image of him. And like, I like that idea though, that like as you get new equipment, it shows up. You can kind of see it better than what you could see in the game, because like the character sprite's small.
Yeah, like I'm just sent something in Storytime chat.
Yeah, I like that. That'd be
Get equipped, but obviously not like ridiculous like that.
right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like super detailed, but it would just be an illustration of Marshall. It's a little slightly higher resolution that would update every time you got new set. Ivy said that they'll be right back. So I know we have these different sections of Everest City. Do you know much about like what each section is?
What do you mean?
Like Ivy said that Everest City is kind of like grouped different areas.
Right. So some areas are like urban areas, like living, and then like you have like the city. Because if you look at the map for Avarice, it's based off New York City.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we want to have like? I mean, I want to make sure that it's like really, really like eye-catching, a lot going on because it's a city. But like, do we want to have like vehicles going down the roads and stuff?
Yeah. I was actually gonna ask about that a little bit ago. I think we totally should.
I would like that. I think that'd be really cool. My only question is like, how hazardous are the vehicles to marshal? Like,
not Mega Man Legends get hit by a fucking car kind of thing. You know? Like
Extremely dangerous.
yeah. Well, so like if you're walking down the street and there's a car going down, like, is the car gonna stop when you are in front of it, or are you still gonna get hit and like take some damage?
Didn't they do that in Earthbound? Like the vehicles stop when you walk in front of them.
That's all it would. The vehicle would just stop.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I just didn't know how aggressive you guys wanted it to be.
Unless you activate no remorse mode.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Hard, just when you turn on hard mode, the cars don't stop.
The cars just fucking cream you.
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. But speaking of that, I feel like we haven't talked about this. Are we gonna have different difficulty levels?
I think we should. It would be fun. I mean, how would we do that?
I mean, the simplest way I could think of from a programming stance is just to
scale the
damage versus health, like damage taken sort of thing.
Yeah. What Mega Man 11 did, which was really cool, was they made it so health drops never happened, and lives were like very, very, very slim to none chance.
Oh, you mean in like hard mode?
Yeah, in hard mode. I beat it in hard mode. I'm just gonna brag about that, but
yeah, you did a service for our country.
I did. Somebody had to do it, and I took that leap.
Had to do it. Which one's the one with the baseball robot?
Baseball robot.
Yeah, which is the one with like the guy who's a baseball
or
whatever.
Are you? Wait. Oh, you're talking about Strike Man. I was confused. He's from 10.
Oh, 10, right. Yeah. I remember when that came out.
I don't remember that at all.
It was like when it was like a novel thing for there to be like a new 2D Mega Man game.
Oh, it's when they started doing the new retro Mega Man game.
When everybody got mad about that.
Did they?
Well, yeah, we were waiting.
It was fun.
People were frustrated with that because they released the original Mega Mans, then we got our Super Nintendo one, and then we got our PlayStation 1 one, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna go back to Nintendo. And people were like, no, we want like really good graphic Mega Man. And they're like, no.
Does anyone else see like his face, like the two green things are his eyes, and then the thing is his mouth on the bottom?
I prefer to see him like that.
I kind of see that, yeah, but like. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't not see the eyes on the top, but I can totally see, like, the frowny grin baseball.
He's like, hey, I like baseball.
By the way, this is a picture of Ivy, Brian, and I.
Wait.
Are you the big dude in the back?
Yeah, are you the baby?
Yeah, I'm baby.
What is happening?
I'm baby.
Oh, is this picture going to be on the video and editing?
Yeah. It might as well be because they'll have no idea what I'm talking about.
We're just going to be very visual from now on and just react to images.
Please no.
Oh. So since we're working on the dialogue and all that stuff,
yeah.
How we want to have like the portraits dynamic and stuff. Could we do something like this? Like maybe there's like an instance where this will happen, like almost wall breaking, but not quite, I guess. I'm gonna send a picture.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like they're leaning out of their little box.
Yeah. No, I definitely like stuff like that. What if we
We don't have frames though.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean, like on the screen.
I saw that 3D model that Brian was working on, and I'm like, what if this is what the robot Arthur looked like? Like we just had a 3D model walk onto the map.
Oh, like completely different art style than the rest of the game.
Or what if he was like pre-rendered, like just took, you know what I mean, like Donkey Kong Country style?
Yeah, just make the sprites out of a pre-rendered 3D model.
Yeah, and just have him.
What if there's like one instance where like somebody is talking, or maybe they say something that's not like grounds to be like appropriate or something, and Marshall kind of like quickly like puts his like arm or something like over the text box or whatever, like oh shoot,
covering it. That's awesome. Yeah, we could do that. I like.
just like we just have so much fun with it. The player's gonna be like, this is great.
Yeah.
It's slowly
We do
turning
a lot
into
of
like Toasty WarioWare's new moves.
You know, it is like that.
This is a tiny bit.
I do
But,
love, I do love like the style of WarioWare, how like they just did the most like outside the box thinking on some of the graphics stuff, and like how they think about like the puzzles and the visual style.
Hey, did we talk about Pudge's Pizza?
No,
we
touched
on it.
Pizza.
One time, I think we talked briefly about it. So there's like a pizza delivery side quest?
Yeah.
And there is also a secret ice cavern. Do you want to tell them where it is, Justin?
The secret ice cavern?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the malfunctioning freezer in Pudge's Pizza?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we like talk about what that would be in the story? Like what that would.
Oh, like, how it came up was normally we come up with like a story and like, oh, this would fit here or anything. But we were looking at it like, oh, we definitely need to have like some sort of like cold or ice dungeon or something. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to kind of break away from the cliche. And then I was like, you know what would be super in character for the game? A malfunctioning freezer. And then you were like, we could put it in just pizza. And then it just went from there.
And you know, we're big fans of like the Nintendo 64 Zelda games. And they do a lot of ice stuff in those games.
Oh, yeah.
Snowhead for life.
Yep. Also, the ice caverns in Ocarina of Time, which wasn't a dungeon, but it was like a mini dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like. That's one of my favorite parts in Majora's Mask. Like aside from the whole game, Snowhead is awesome.
Oh, are we gonna talk about how that Goron kills what's his face? Darmani?
Wait, which one?
The one that's sleeping.
How did it kill him?
So like. So when you go to heal Darmani, Darmani's like, yeah, I tried to fight the beast at Snowhead, and I got blown off to my death.
Oh. It's so unclimactic. He's like this...
And then you go like there, and it's just some sleepy Goron, and then after so like, I think I was talking to somebody, and they were saying like, oh, he died when you played the song, and he fell over into that abyss, and it's like, no, he doesn't. If you actually like leave Snowhead after you defeat God, he's standing right there. You can talk to him. And he's like, oh man, how long was I out for? And you're just like, you killed your Goron leader.
Wow.
He doesn't even know.
That's like really messed up. And like I said, unclimactic. He's like the hero of the Goron.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's not very impressive for their hero to just like... because one of their guys is sleeping.
But now he lives on a bitchin' mountain and has his own private hot spring.
Heck yeah, he does. He's just chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know what really sucks is like that whole part with the Goron Elder. You have to like unfreeze him and teach a song, like melt the ice and all that stuff. But no matter how fast you do it, when the ice melts, he's dead.
Yeah.
Because he's on a body of water. So when the water melts, you're Goron. You fall in the water, you die.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's so sad.
I know. It's like he's doomed no matter what.
It's like, thanks, game.
So much of that game is like, all right, nothing you do really matters, and everything's horrible.
That is exactly it. So if you save, you save everybody, you save Termina in, I don't know, like let's say you just load a game, and then you just jump all the way to the end, save Termina by defeating Majora. That's the time. That's the tangent that you saved.
Yeah, I guess. So you're saying you're like going with a multiple reality type deal where it's like, oh, when I travel back in time, that reality still exists, but I'm traveling to a different tangent now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going alternate 1985 with this.
Yes, and what's crazy though, so like you do that, you defeat Majora, and then you get this after credit scene and stuff, and it's you get to see Anju and Cafe get married, but you don't see Cafe or whatever, which is fine. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that whole scenario that he has to do to get the mask. In that tangent, you didn't help them, so they never got to that point. So they couldn't do it. So they were still a kid, so they didn't get married.
That's pretty horrible.
It's nuts. Like when you really think about it, you're like, oh man, this game.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's all bright and colorful and fun and scary. But someone actually picked up on one of our influences recently. I saw that comment when we posted that video of the conveyor belts that Faltz was working on. Someone mentioned the cafe side quest from Majora's Mask.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was cool.
That yeah.
I totally missed exactly what you just said. What? Somebody's buying my washing machine and they messaged me. Sorry.
No, I was just saying how it was really cool that someone picked up on the influence for the conveyor belts with the cafe mini dungeon.
Yes. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love when you notice that. I love when I actually found somebody on Twitch today that I've been talking to, and they're actually pretty cool. And they watched our trailer. And they're talking about how much they liked it, and like, oh, I'm getting strong Chrono Trigger vibes. I was like, wow. Usually everybody just says it's Undertale vibes. That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh my god.
There were people in the comments that were like, hell yeah, this is just getting strong Undertale vibes from watching this. Like, what? There's no... What? Okay.
What? No. What?
It's because we have
Like
a shop.
I'll accept Earthbound, but...
I mean, we love Undertale.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we do like it. Like I don't want I don't want everybody to think that we're like bashing on Undertale all the time.
no.
Oh no.
It's amusing how many people just like think, oh, it's a retro style game. It reminds me of Undertale.
Yeah. A pixel game is Undertale, and an RPG game is Persona.
The RPG game is Persona.
Yep. Oh no, Undertale is great, Magmo.
Oh my god.
I really enjoyed it. We listen to the music when we're working on the game.
It's so inspiring.
Yeah, for real.
I'm sure Rafa loves it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she not like it?
No.
Rafa's not a huge fan of the music in Undertale.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pull a lot from our inspirations and everything. It's really interesting because we're such huge fans of Majora's Mask, which cannot be overstated enough. Because
damn, Faulty.
Literally. What?
Faulty. Coming in with the facts right there.
Oh yeah. True. But yeah, like I was saying, we're huge fans of Majora's Mask and everything, and I think it's really interesting to see influences shown in a 2D game, right. Pulled from a 3D game, so it's interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, what like people, I guess, fail to understand is, the game is 3D, but that's a lot. Those are all like 2D textures slapped on polygons.
Yeah. Just wait until we do Toasty 3D. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, Magmo. There's a lot of abilities that we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah, so I don't know how much we talked about it, but there's 4 Marshmallow abilities. So those are abilities that Marshall just has that he can do that are like marshmallow based kind of. And then there's 4 key items that Marshall gets that gives him abilities, one of which is the knapsack, which we've shown a few times.
Yeah.
We've actually shown all of them, haven't we?
We didn't show the the trash smasher.
The trash masher.
Yeah, we haven't. I mean, we've shown them in artwork, but like we haven't shown
right
them functioning or anything.
Right. The fan turn.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, four key items, 4 innate abilities that you kind of discover throughout the course of the game.
Yep.
So it's like 8 in total, kind of.
Right. Then there'll be moments where you might have to use one after another, like trash masher while using a fan turn kind of thing, or
yeah.
There will be for like sections where we kind of do like a Metroidvania type of thing. So where once you have an ability, you go back. And like, oh, I can access this.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be
kind of stuff.
There's gonna be that. It's gonna happen.
Especially at the end of the game.
Oh yes, especially at the end of the game. Man, we could probably make that So remember in the Great Tree in Shroomville? You know how there's like 2 rooms in there that we just have boarded off? What if the Trash Masher just breaks those open?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, remember those rooms that we just don't even talk about?
Yeah, we could do that.
There you go. Come back to the Trash Masher and break it.
I always like that, and like you were saying, Brian, and like Super Metroid and stuff, where there's those areas that you can backtrack to and kind of further explore. I think definitely, having an incentive to explore with items that you get later in the game is interesting.
Yes, we're still going to keep the racing part of the game, Megmo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be a minigame type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of the story, too.
With leaderboard support. I'm kidding.
You say with leaderboard support?
Making a joke. Faulty, oh god. I think I remember Faulty mentioning something about that once, about leaderboards. That's why I made that comment.
I apologize, Megamo, because I did not upload the last story session yet, but I think we talked about it in the last video. I will upload that probably tonight.
Yeah. So you'll have lots to listen to.
Totally. So we plan on having like a special event or something that happens in the convenience store in Avarice City that can happen, but like you can interact with a bunch of stuff in there too. I imagine it didn't work like a shop. It just go in there and just interact. So like yeah, I run this place or something. I don't know. We do something really dumb with it. We work better when we improv the lines.
Yeah, we'll have an arcade cabinet, and you can play Bizarro Toasty.
I'm sure Justin will love that idea. No comment.
None.
Yeah.
I know Faulty is excited about that, so.
The terrible original version of Toasty that we love so much.
No. I will stop everybody along the way.
But yeah.
Somebody, if we ever have a panel or something, we're at some con and somebody asks about Bizarro Toasty, I'm gonna pack up and leave.
I do think it'd be kind of interesting to have. I don't know if we could do this. If we'd have to get like the artist permission or whatever, because like we've had different artists work on the project, but like I do think it'd be kind of cool if we had like at the credits like have each version of Marshall like appear throughout the credits.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, start with the original Marshall, the ugly one running.
Oh, the original was made by Brian.
Yeah.
That was when I was my infancy of pixel art. But
yeah. I still really want to thank Leon and Flip and all of them in the credits.
Oh yeah.
I really still want to do that. That's why I keep the squid painting.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things in the houses, because that's Flip.
Yeah, there's little tributes sprinkled throughout the game to our prior colleagues.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're gonna so Avarice City, it's gonna I feel like it's going to be side quest heavy, and not in a bad way, where there's just like a lot of optional things you can do essentially.
Yeah.
Because it's it's such a dense urban area.
I imagine it's probably going to be one of the more complex areas of the game, not just because graphically or whatever, but just like content-wise.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then after that is the train, which Marshall will be taking to Mount Ash, and he shall explore the mountain.
I am so excited for the train section.
Me too.
We should talk about that a bit on the next
we should
section.
We should definitely talk about the train next.
Train next time on Story Town, USA.
Story time, Toasty Talk.
International.
IHOP.
Yeah. International House of Toasty. Okay. I'm done.
Me too.
That's it. We're done.
But yeah, I think no, that'll definitely be fun. The train sequence. Do you guys, now I want to touch on that. Do you guys think you will be able to, there's an event that happens first of all on the train. It's not just transportation. There's an actual part of the story that happens on the train. But do you guys think after that is resolved that you can take the train back and forth?
I think
between Everest and Mount Ash?
And it would be more like
I think it'd be nice to do that. I think I don't like it when games lock you past a certain point.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to do that. By fault.
By fault.
Yeah, like we can just do it in a cutscene, where it's like, oh, do you want to board the train? Yes. So then it'll just do a little jazzy music and show the train going.
We could have like a little shot of Marshall sitting in a seat as the train's riding for a few seconds, and then it loads back to Everest.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Or if we wanted to get really fancy, we could do like a little animated cutscene. I don't know if I would want to do that though. It depends on our timeline at that point, but
yeah, we don't have to do anything fancy. Like, should you have the option to explore the train if you wanted to?
Oh, you mean like after?
Yeah.
Or
is it so limited?
I think like maybe you got to talk to the conductor for it to actually move.
Yeah.
But you can.
Okay, I got you. I understand. So like you can walk around, you can board the train and then walk around it and kind of explore, and then like you have to talk to the.
Oh yeah, like you tell them you're ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that idea.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. It makes it feel a little less like oh, it's just a scene transition.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe we could have like little like pickups hidden in the compartments on the train or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good idea. But yeah. And then there's a few more areas in the game that we have to talk about, but we'll save that for the next time.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's it for today.
Yep.
We'll wrap it up.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. This has been our story meets. We will be having another one in 2 weeks time?
Yeah, probably 2 weeks.
End of this month? Yeah. Okay. That'll be the next one. Thank you. This has been Story Meet for Toasty, Ashes of Dusk. My name is Duper, and I've been here with Art Blaster and Ivy.
Yay.
Hey.
And we will see you all the next time.
Bye.
Bye.